Good day, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Entheogenic Esquire YouTube channel. I'm very grateful that you are here joining us. This has been really a milestone for me. My name is George Greg Lake. Everyone calls me Greg. I am a trial and appellate attorney. I specialize in civil rights cases, more specifically free exercise of religion. And even more specifically from there, this might be a shocker for some people, but please just hold your horses. I represent people who use what I call entheogens, what others term psychedelics, as part of their sincere religious practice. And again, that's here in the United States. So that is my really, I guess, specialty niche within the civil rights, First Amendment, free exercise of religion rubric. But again, generally you could say I'm an expert on the free exercise of religion and probably more generally on First Amendment matters. Obviously, I'll be bringing my expertise in these regards to this channel. A lot of the content we'll be covering is going to be pertaining to civil rights, the law, and I'll get into just a second kind of a longer list of some of the topics, issues I plan to cover on this channel. I had a script for this episode, but last minute I decided that it would be better and more sincere for me to just kind of freestyle a lot of this. I do have an outline here, so please don't mind me if I look down periodically as we get through this. But I did also want to mention one more thing, is that I am also an expert on nonprofit law. So through my work with religious practitioners, I've had the opportunity to help create or help establish over 100 different nonprofits over the last 5 years. And this is pretty much across the country. Again, while a large number of those were churches, there were also many other different types of nonprofits that I've helped establish. So I'll also be bringing, that kind of knowledge and information here to this channel. And particularly, as I'll discuss in a minute, issues relating to the Charlie Kirk incident, Turning Point USA. I have some content already lined up to kind of examine TPUSA and its compliance with the nonprofit laws and the tax code. So stay tuned for that. Why did I create this channel? And so that was an interesting question I asked myself before this episode and was kind of really jogging through my reasons. And, I think with anything in life, for most people, it's obviously very much multifaceted, but probably the three primary reasons I can think off the top of my head, would be one, this is a creative outlet for me. I've always wanted to do vlogging, video, basically presenting all my research and stuff in a video vlog style format. So this would be a great outlet for that, obviously. Two, I love to research and write. I've written 3 books to date. I'll drop links in the description here for anyone who's interested in checking those out. But anyways, I love to research and write. And I've always wanted to have kind of a platform to bring my research and stuff to the public and, present it and, comment with people, go back and forth. And so this is just a great outlet for me to do my deep dive research and then come and report to the public. I hope everyone here, feels free to join me, and hopefully we can really get to the bottom of some of the more major issues that affect us through this channel. So that's number 2. Number 3, I think this is probably with most people who intend to come on YouTube and, do this pretty regularly, is I hope to monetize it one day. So, I'll tell you now, please don't be upset if one day you see, hey, this episode is brought to you by XYZ. Now, what I can, promise to my viewers here is that I will not just accept money or endorsements or sponsorships from just anybody. I will apply my ethics and make sure that if I do get a channel sponsor or episode sponsor, whatever that is, and quite frankly, I need to do a lot more research on monetizing YouTube channels, but I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to make sure that the people that I bring or let sponsor these channels are actually quality businesses. So that. And then, one last reason is I love connecting with people. I grew up a people person. My dad's for sure a people person. Obviously, I'm a trial and appellate attorney, and so I do pretty well meeting and commuting with new people. And so this is also an outlet for that. I hope to meet a lot of you. I hope to meet and work with other content creators. So again, this is another good outlet for me to do that. I do have a Patreon channel at the moment for essentially my legal work. I do a lot of educating, so my Patreon channel now is basically legal education for people who are psychedelic or entheogen-based religious practitioners. Will I do a Patreon channel for this YouTube channel? Probably so in the future, but we'll wait till we get enough subscribers and get the community really built up before we segue some of the content over onto Patreon. So what kinds of content will I be producing on this channel? Well, that's also a very good question. I have narrowed or pinned down some kind of general ideas and sketches of the kind of content that I'm going to do. But what I have written down so far is I'm going to be trying to do regular or semi-regular political and social commentary. And also I'm going to be doing some further introductory episodes kind of explaining my stance on issues like politics, religion, stuff like that. And so moving forward, everyone will have an understanding kind of where I stand on those things, because my perspective and viewpoint probably doesn't generally fit within most others' paradigm. But ultimately, I intend to remain objective here and try to be as mostly informative as possible, and probably less of my personal opinion per se. Although with the commentary, there probably will be some personal opinions, injected in there. Content ideas, so deep research, deep dives, so probably longer form videos with, less of me on camera speaking to you as now, and more images, video clips, things revealing my research, and then probably hopping to me on the camera. Hopefully we can draw some conclusions, things like that. So expect those types of videos, content. I'll be doing expert interviews and analysis on a whole myriad of topics. Basically, when I do a deep dive into the research, any experts that I come across and meet along the way, if I'm able to, I plan to try to get them on the channel and let's do an interview. And then I wrote this down. We'll see what happens, but a travel vlog. So if I travel by myself or with my wife, hopefully I'll be able to, film and share some of that with everybody, because I know I enjoy watching people's travel vlogs, even if it's part of a otherwise, different kind of channel. It's always nice to see people getting out, moving around, being happy, traveling. And so if I have those moments, if I do, I hope to be able to share some of those with y'all, my YouTube audience. So stay tuned. Generally, the topics, again, this was another thing kind of hard, and I hate to kind of paint myself or pin myself into a corner from the start, but let me just give you a very general list of topics that I intend to, for sure at this time anyways, keep to on this channel. And that's going to be law, within that rubric, civil rights, obviously will probably be big ones for me on this channel, politics, religion, current events, history, anthropology. I love anthropology. Health and wellness and fitness, particularly with alternative modes or schools of thought in that regard. And then again, it's kind of with the travel vlog. I want to share some parts of my personal journey through this whole YouTube thing, and life generally. So when possible and appropriate, I do intend to share some of my personal thoughts and experiences, etc., etc. So a roadmap. So I want to take just a second to provide, I guess when I say a roadmap, really just a general idea of where the content's going to be going, maybe over the next 3 to 6 months. But immediately, probably within the next few weeks, mixed in with other content, I want to, as I previously stated, I want to publish a few episodes about, politics, religion, civil rights, and kind of my perspective or my position on those matters. Because again, I think clarity for my subscribers will be very helpful in, consuming other content that will be coming later down the road. So stay tuned for that. The Charlie Kirk incident. So I mean, as many are aware, there's a lot of creators really digging into doing great investigative journalist work as it relates both to the actual incident with Charlie Kirk that happened in September of last year, but also taking a look at TPUSA and its affiliated entities, really taking a deep dive on the legality, basically their operations, what have they been doing. Some content creators have been covering some pretty I don't know what label to put on it, but very interesting things, right? And I actually have a video I plan on publishing either today or tomorrow that's going to be really applying my nonprofit expertise and taking a look at TPUSA's operations, some of the public statements and stuff that they've made, and relating that back to the tax code, the tax exempt laws under the Internal Revenue Code, and what requirements there are for 501c3 entities like TPUSA. I'm going to be doing at least a quick kind of perfunctory or preliminary video, just scratching a little bit on the surface of that, but I have currently underway some much more in-depth research going on that will be going into a much longer form video about that issue specifically. But other good Charlie Kirk content too, just real quick, for instance, as it relates to the civil rights of Tyler Robinson, things of that nature. So really going to be digging in and using my legal expertise to examine some of these important issues surrounding that whole thing. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. And, I've actually I've been consuming a lot of content from people like Real Baron, Candace, Coach Colin, and many other content creators who've really been digging into the Charlie Kirk thing. Great work, guys. I love it. I hope that I can kind of hop in here, I say late somewhere in the timeline of whatever that game is, and provide some meaningful content that will help, inform the public, clarify any kind of misunderstandings, be beneficial, be helpful. I hope my Charlie Kirk content will help in the, mass of Charlie Kirk content that's currently out there. So that's all I got there. I will be commenting on the current political climate and civil rights issues. So I'm going to be trying to do maybe 3 to 5 commentary videos a week where I pull up things going on in politics or these other, kind of mainstream issues, and provide some commentary, provide some video clips or maybe some other writings or other content I found, and really share that with everybody. And then again, I think I mentioned this, long form videos, that will really be the outlet for my deep research, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm going to be working on a much deeper video. For instance, right now, my first long form content video I'm looking at is going to be related to TPUSA, Turning Point, and their non-compliance with the tax laws. Although I'll be doing a shorter form, just preliminary video today introducing what that is and just providing some upfront indication of where I'm at on those issues. So stay tuned for that. And then also too, I'm going to be working on some longer form content videos about kind of my niche specialty, psychedelics and religion, mental health. I'm going to be starting on some longer form videos along that lines too. So a lot of people who might not be aware of the psychedelic religious movement going on within the United States, you might be very interested in that subject matter. I think that once you kind of understand how prolific it's really become, it might be of interest to you for, whatever various reasons. So if that might interest you, stay tuned. It should be coming fairly soon. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up this first, just very much introductory episode for the Entheogenic Esquire YouTube channel. In closing, I obviously want to say thank you for joining. I do want to notify everybody, and let me first apologize for the crudeness of my equipment here. I realize the audio quality is not going to be very good, and I'm working on also getting a better webcam and just overall better setup. Right now in our basement, we're having some construction done, and once it's done, my wife and I have plans to actually build a full-on podcast studio down there with the whole decorations and everything. And so, hopefully within the month, I'll be down there. We'll be set up. We'll have a great backdrop and all the good things, and it'll look very professional. And yeah, so that's my goal. So please stick with me. I have equipment on order. Construction is underway. So again, stay tuned. We will get there to the promised land. Yeah, so please like, comment, share. Let me know where you're at. And yeah, if people who are watching this, let me know if you know anything about psychedelic religions in the United States. That would be very interesting. But otherwise, let me know who you are, where you're from. So happy and grateful you could join us. Again, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will be back. Again, I'm going to do a video. I plan on shooting it today. Whether I'll get it edited and out today, I can't say for sure, but very soon I'll be having my first Charlie Kirk TPUSA video to publish, and I'm very happy, and I'm very anxious to get that out. So anyways, stay tuned. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Stay sucker free, and much love.